Hey guys, what's up? My name is Vanessa. I talk all about higher consciousness living and how you can't be healthy without healing mind, body, and spirit. So today we are getting into the Scorpio health and healing reading for March. I already went ahead and meditated on today's reading and pre-shuffled and pulled some cards. In case you're not already familiar with the health and healing reading, it is a spread that I created, and it is really to highlight the interconnection of mind, body, and spirit. Basically, what we're doing today is going over what it is that you need to know to bring harmony and balance to be in alignment. So we're going to be going over the 5 categories that make up our overall health and well-being. Those are diet, sleep, movement, mindset, and meditation. So we're going to deep dive on each one of those categories. I already have a pile of cards pulled for each one, and we're going to figure out what it is that you need to be doing differently in your everyday life, routine, practices, rituals, habits, all the things in order to get yourself back into alignment, okay? If you're interested in booking a personal reading, you can go ahead and click the link in my bio. You can have the option of getting a personalized health and healing reading done, or you can do a normal general reading. It is totally up to you. Also, if you're not already subscribed to the Soul Collective, every Sunday I send out a weekly newsletter, and it basically just has a bunch of mindful messages and intentional practices that you can use and incorporate to help you navigate throughout your week ahead. I take so much pride and so much time in the newsletters. I love doing them. Every Sunday it is absolutely free to join. The newsletters are free. So if you're interested in joining that, then go ahead and click the link in my bio as well. But we are going to go ahead and get started with today's Scorpio reading. I will say, Scorpio, when I was meditating on your cards, I felt some sadness. Some sadness and maybe like a little brain fog, or like a little like boggleness in the mind, if you will. But we're gonna get into it, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and start off with diet for you guys, and I have to sneeze. Okay. This is what we have here. So we have female principle, wealth, excuse me. Okay. Wealth in reverse, love in reverse, shapeshifter in reverse. What is going on with y'all? And meditation in reverse. You know what I was really getting a lot from the meditation was a lot of crying. I got a lot of crying. I feel like what you're really craving right now is a lot of energy, and I feel like you feel the opposite. I'm also getting like, you're probably even questioning why, which I know a lot of people are, but I feel like it's heavily for you Scorpio placements. I feel like you're having a really hard time adjusting to the time change. It has been really hard for you to get up in the morning, to have the energy. It's like you need a lot more coffee than usual to get yourself going. It's like you just feel funky and out of whack. Like you're just not really... You don't have an abundant amount of energy right now, and it's kind of like you're just running a little bit on autopilot. And really, I think what you're in need of is a reset and a little nurturement of nutrients, if you will. A little, maybe some supplements, some vitamins, getting back into your supplement regimen, I feel like is what you could really need right now to shift this stagnant energy that you may be feeling with your energy, okay? I feel like you're in need of some energy and you're in need of some love. I feel like you're not showing your body enough love right now. I feel like you need to fill your cup. Your cup is empty. Filling your cup back up. And I feel like this is through nurturing yourself, through actual nourishment of your body and your temple, okay? With the wealth card, as you can see, it's a very colorful card, and what I wrote down actually for your guys' diet was to do a major reset. Okay, so maybe you've been feeling like maybe you should do a raw vegan diet, or if you're not already vegan, considering going vegan, or you need to really up your, it's like not even going maybe full raw, but just like knowing you need actual like raw vegetables and fruits back into your diet and not like cooked vegetables, okay? Like maybe eating celery sticks or like carrot sticks or cucumbers or something. Like you just need raw fruits and veggies right now. And I think it's like incorporating different colors of the rainbow. I also put down here, because when I was visualizing things, I saw like really fatty fish, so like salmon. So you could incorporate this into your diet as well. Or what I took away from that was just needing omega-3s. And the reality is basically almost every single person walking in this earth is in dire need of omega-3s, because it's very hard to get through our food. We can get it, but it's a little bit harder to attain and actually keep the amount that we need in our system every single day. So I would look into getting some omega-3s. This will help with focus, cognitive function. This helps with energy, brain fog, all of those things, okay? Yeah. All right, easy peasy. We know what we need to get into, all right? Now for sleep. We got hips. Oh, Jesus. Sorrow in reverse. Instigation in reverse. Oops. Snake medicine. It's not about you. And sultry. Okay, so when I immediately saw this, I was like, oh my God, your brain is just going 50,000 miles an hour at night, okay? It's like you have a hard time. Excuse me. You have a really hard time shutting your brain off, okay? And yeah, it's like your brain is just on this never-ending hamster wheel. Let me see what I wrote down. I forgot this one for diet. I put, just because it's fine dining doesn't mean it's healthy. I don't know where that came from, but if it resonates, okay, then take it or leave it, all right? So back to your diet really quick. A lot of people, maybe you've not been on your P's and Q's lately, but maybe you've been out eating at some like really good, fancy, little lavish restaurants. But just because it's fancy, schmancy, and lavish doesn't mean that it's still providing you with all the nutrients that you need, okay? So really learning to start cooking at home again, okay? And being on top of that. All right, okay, back to your sleep. So I put need to fall asleep to something stimulating your brain. And I put try white noise, okay? That is because your brain is going 1,000 miles an hour. You need something to distract your brain. And so you find yourself needing to fall asleep to your phone, a movie, a video, a TV show, something of that sort, TikTok, you know, things like that. It's like you need to be watching something you need something stimulating your brain in order for you to fall asleep. And so my recommendation for you is white noise or like sound bowl music as you fall asleep. This could actually help rest your brain. You know, actually what I love to do when my brain is like on 1,000 and I need to go to sleep is I'll literally type in meditation music for insomnia, or like fall asleep fast meditation music, and it'll be like fall asleep in 3 minutes. Let me tell you, your ass will really fall asleep in like 3 minutes. Okay, so if you're struggling with that, that could be what it is. Okay, now with this sorrow card, and with this instigation card, this is so weird. I don't know where. Do you know what this feels like? This feels like self-sabotage. Yeah, the snake medicine card. I feel like you're just feeding your brain with loads of shit. And it's like you're telling your brain negative stuff. It's like you're hurting your own feelings. I feel like you're making up scenarios in your head that haven't even happened yet, or like they don't even exist. And it's like you're hurting your own feelings, okay? You're making up stories in your mind. This is why you can't shut your brain off, okay? Because you have no self-control when it comes to monitoring your thoughts, okay? I feel like you're literally hurting your own feelings, making up shit that doesn't even exist, okay? Then with the instigation card, that just sounds like you just like asking for freaking trouble, okay? It's like you trying to instigate a situation. But I feel like this is like, the reason why it's upright, I mean, it's in reverse, is because it's not actually happening. It's like you're doing it in your mind. Then we have snake medicine. It's like, I feel like you're causing problems in your own brain that actually haven't even manifested. But it's like, you're feeding your own brain poison. This heavily feels like self-sabotage. It's like you're thinking about if somebody were to cheat on you, or like somebody betraying you, or like people turning their back on you, or if somebody wrongs, like just something of that nature. And it's like you're making up this whole scenario in your head and what you would do if this happened. And it's just like, really, this is causing so much turmoil in your freaking brain, and you're really self-sabotaging this situation with the snake medicine card. It's like you're feeding yourself a bunch of poison. You're feeding your brain a bunch of shit with these thoughts. Like, they're literally not serving you. The "it's not about you" card, I feel like this is heavy on victim mode. Like, you feel like a victim in this situation, so you're coming up with all these scenarios in your head about how you're not the victim and all of these things. And really, I hate to tell you this, but I feel like this is a reflection of yourself. Like, the spotlight's on you. It's like, okay, you're pointing all these fingers, but like, what about you? There's something that you're not seeing about yourself. And it's either like blindly choosing not to see it, or like you really just haven't been aware enough yet. Okay, this is so weird. I just got, with the soul tree card, with the vision that came to me in my head was like, look at your lineage. Do you see a pattern? This thought process, this self-sabotage, whatever this is this a pattern within your family tree? Is this something that your parents used to do? Is this something that your grandparents used to do? Is this something that you used to hear stories about happening within the family structure and dynamics in a household? Getting to the root of this issue. Did it start at home, in your childhood? Where is this self-sabotaging behavior coming from? Is this what you were taught, how to handle conflict? Or how to handle these situations? It's like a fight or flight mode almost. You really need to, it's suggesting that you very much get to the root of the issue, because honestly, this is not going to stop until you really get to the root of this self-sabotage and where this actually stems from, and recognizing that this pattern is extremely detrimental to your health and to your relationships surrounding you. Okay, moving on into movement and body. We have lungs, perspective in reverse, not my monkey, not my circus in reverse, and remembrance. Okay, that's like so on brand. Okay, so not my monkey, not my circus. It's like I'm just looking at the monkeys on the tree and like how they're hanging and swinging and flipping upside down. And like when you think of a monkey, you just think of like limber. You know what I mean? Like just moving and flowing and jumping and swinging and hanging. And it's like they have so much mobility and flexibility in their bodies. You got it in reverse. You feeling tight as a board, okay? I knew I wrote that down, okay? Flexibility and mobility needs to be a focus, is literally what I wrote. You got the monkeys in reverse. It's like you're the opposite of what a monkey is doing, okay? You're not flexible, you're not swinging, you're not even flowing. Really, I mean, it shows in the other areas. You're not flowing, okay? And I feel like this tightness in your body is a lot of stress, a lot of angst, anxiety, tension, dis-ease. And I feel like once you actually, like, if you look at him, he's opening up, he's breathing. He's receiving good, uplifting energy. He's opening up his chest to release. That's what you need to get into. Heavy on the yoga, okay? Definitely yoga and mobility exercises and things that will help with flexibility, okay? I feel like when you get into these elongated movements, you're creating not so much stiffness in your body, okay? So when you're no longer stiff, you become open, right? That's your mind. I feel like when you start to actually physically become open, now your mind has the ability to expand and become opened. When you are in the state of opening up, it also requires, like when you do yoga requires a certain level of vulnerability. I don't know if you've realized that, but it does. Because you're moving your body in ways that you're unfamiliar with, that are uncomfortable. You have to hold it for a long period of time. You're feeling a lot of discomfort sometimes when you're in certain positions that are forcing you to open up and stretch and release the tension. That requires vulnerability. It's just like having a hard conversation. an uncomfortable conversation. It's the same thing, but in physical form. So I feel like when you actually get into this space of physically releasing and opening, now you're in a place mentally where you're open to your own thoughts, open to your own perceptions. You're open to accountability and self-awareness. Your perspective is going to change. This situation that's kind of got you boggled down, you're going to look at it in a new light. And with this soul tree card and figuring out the root of the issue, the remembrance card, I feel like it's going to come back to you when you're in this moment of release. When you release, you create space for new things to come in. These memories, these things that have you weighed down that sometimes we forget because of trauma. Well, this is the thing too. We store a lot of our trauma in our body. And so a lot of time when yoga is so amazing and beneficial, because a lot of the times we are releasing the tension and stored, built up trauma that we have kept in our body. So when we're moving and stretching our bodies in certain ways, certain emotions are going to come up. And there are going to be emotions of past memories, past pain, past discomfort that you may even had as a child that you were holding in those areas of your body for all these years. They're going to come to the surface. You're going to start to realize where this pattern is coming from, okay? So right now, so far, it really feels like the root of this issue can be found through elongating your body. Get into some yoga. Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube, free, best freaking videos. I love her. My boyfriend and I do her videos. We try to do them every night. So beneficial, okay? I feel like you really need to get into some mobility and flexibility, because right now you are tight and stiff and just not open, and you just need to get open, okay? Now, moving on into mindset, we have prostate, the moon, alignment. Sorry, I was having a minute. And joy. Okay. This reads like a beautiful book. Okay, so we have prostate. Anytime I see this card, I literally think of purging what no longer serves you. Like emotions, thoughts, behaviors, patterns, emotions, things that just don't serve you anymore. I relate it to the prostate card because it's really just things you need to purge. Okay? So I feel like your mindset, a lot of the things that you're holding on to, whatever this is, whatever this snake medicine is that you're feeding yourself, it's like you need to purge this. A lot of it is rooted in your emotions. It's like it really has a huge effect on your emotion. The moon card relates to your emotions. And I feel like it really relates to your emotions. And I think that when you purge this, you're going to realize how much your emotions are going to change. Maybe you're not going to be in such an angry, bitter mood every day. Maybe you're not going to feel so annoyed. I feel like just this whatever this is, it literally shows up through your emotions every single day. Like maybe you just have no vitality in you. Like you don't have any energy. You don't really care about anything. Like you just kind of like whatever. And really, by purging this and getting into alignment with your true emotions, okay, not the ones that these bad thoughts are forcing you to feel, okay, when you actually get your mind into alignment by practicing these things that we just talked about, now you're in a space to actually receive joy. So for mindset, I wrote overactive mind. You literally make yourself sick or anxious by not monitoring or controlling your thoughts. It's like you don't have any control over your thought process. You don't have any, you're not monitoring your thoughts. You're just letting them run amok. And it's like there's no self-control in this area. You literally, it's like you don't even know how to really meditate either. It's like it's a struggle for you. Because you literally have no discipline when it comes to like learning how to quiet your mind. The way you're going to purge these thoughts is through some reflective work, okay? Some self-reflective healing, some journal prompts, moving your body, okay? I'm heavily feeling that. I really feel like you need to physically move your body in order to emotionally release this, okay? I really feel like this is coming from stored trauma in your body that literally has been passed down from you for generations. And it's kind of like up to you to heal this. I feel like it's stored in your hips. It's stored in your hips. Our hips is usually the space where we hold all of our emotions and our stress. And a lot of time, if you have hip issues, it could be related to stored trauma and pain that you have. I definitely suffer from hip issues. And a lot of this is related to your lineage. So these things can be passed down to you from like your great grandmother, okay? And then it go to your grandmother and she could suffer from it. Then it would go to you and your mom, and then she could suffer from it, and then it goes to you and you suffer from it. And it's like, when is the damn cycle gonna break? Okay? So now it's kind of like up to you to really end this cycle. And the way it's gonna happen is by doing these hip opening mobility type of stretches to really release this stored trauma that you're really holding on to, and it's like taking place of like this self-sabotage pattern. It's very interconnected. When you get your body into alignment, it will naturally cause your emotions to get into alignment. Your diet, once you get that into alignment, getting into the supplements that I recommended that you take for yourself, now you're in a space where you can actually receive joy and like actually attain it and hold on to it, because now you don't have all this stored shit that you're just keeping in your body. Now you're in a space where you're like, oh my gosh, I can actually feel joy and keep it. It doesn't just last for more than just one day. Okay. Now, last but not least, we have, I also did put under body, I put lymphatic drainage. So I feel like moving the lymphatic drainage, getting that done, it helps release toxins in the body. It helps detoxify. And it's also another way to get the energy flowing, your blood circulating. And I mean, it's actual toxins in the body, but I also feel like it relates to like emotional toxins as well, things that don't really serve you either. I would look into that. It could be extremely beneficial for you. Okay, now for meditation, we have male principle, pineal gland, movement, the crossroads, forgiven. That's crazy that this came out, because before I ever started doing this, this card came out. And I thought about it so much, and I was like, I feel like this card is supposed to be out here, but I put it back in. And it's here right now. That is so wild. Okay, and then authentic truth. Okay, so. Whew. All right. So, first things first, with this male principle card, what colors do you see here? You see red, orange, and yellow. And I feel like if there's anything that you're going to want to work on right now, it's your sacral chakra. Okay, so I would get into some energy healing work for this, some Reiki, or even just listening to sound bowls or meditations, guided meditations, sleep hypnosis, things like that on YouTube. For your sacral chakra rules your emotions, okay? Whoa. Okay, so maybe you have a history of sexual trauma in your family. And, it has been passed down to you. Holy shit. God damn. And this is something you have to heal. Oh my god, that got me so emotional. Holy shit. Okay. Heavy on the sacral chakra work. Okay. With this movement card, I really think that you need to do the hip opening mobility workouts. Exercises that help with this area of your body. I feel like this is something you heavily struggle with, and this could be related to what has been passed down through your lineage, okay? I do think the biggest thing that you need to do right now is get into some yoga. That is going to be the most beneficial. If there's anything that you take away from this, please just do some yoga and do some hip stretches, okay? Pineal gland. This is just tapping in with your third eye. This is tapping in. This is just meditation, period. Communing with your spirit team, communing with your ancestors, talking to God, talking to spirit, whatever it is that you believe in, the universe, getting connected. Okay, getting connected with your third eye and your intuition. And that's really just through stillness and through sanctuary and solace, really, is where that comes from. It's crazy. I even wrote right here, and if you notice, it's like this light beam that's shining down, right? I actually wrote on my notes, sunbathe and sun gaze. Spiritual bath for cleansing negative energy. I would definitely get into some sunbathing, go sitting out in the sun, and sun gazing, stare at the sun. We're always told this is so bad for you, but it's like such the opposite. Like, it's actually one of the best things that you can do for your spirit and your vitality. Is very, very healing. And I think that could really help, let the sun beam right on your third eye. It could really help it just open, okay? This forgiven card, I think you really need to release this resentment and this anger that you have. And this could be towards your family. This could be towards your parents. This could be towards a person who wronged you, or betrayed you. Or maybe there's somebody who betrayed you in the past, and now you're thinking that every single person around you is going to betray you, or the people going forward are going to betray you, and now you have a hard time trusting, and all the things, okay? And you really need to get into some forgiveness, okay? So meditating on releasing resentment and releasing resentment. On YouTube, you can type in any of these meditations. They will all come up. Literally, you have everything on YouTube. You don't even need anything else. And also, I would get into some meditation on clarity, mental clarity. Okay? And releasing patterns that no longer serve you. Literally, this is all you have to type in on YouTube. They'll come up, trust me. And then you have the authentic truth. This is getting into, I'm even just feeling like journaling. By doing journaling, you can really understand what it is that you've been taught to believe and say and do, and what is actually you. What you believe, say, and do. Okay? Honestly, 80% of the time, our own thoughts aren't even ours. They're other people's that have been placed on us. So getting into some journaling is a really great way to identify what your authentic truth is and what actually resonates for you and what really truly connects with who you are. Because a lot of the time we have all this outside noise of what we should do, say, think, and believe. And I think right now with this healing that's taking place, I think you're going to understand a lot of truth about yourself, ways that you've been self-sabotaging, patterns that need to be released, things that don't actually align with you. Once you release this this resentment that you may have towards this person, these people or things or whatever the case is, situation, you're actually going to get into the truth of this situation, and now you're going to be able to actually gain some clarity and connect with who you truly are, so you can get this joy that you so badly long for. And the thing with Scorpios are, Scorpios really, like, a lot of Scorpios have, like, went through some really deep pain in their life. And a lot of the time, the pain kind of, like, eats you up and then spits you back out, and it's like you're kind of never the same after that. It's like pain really, you guys harbor pain so heavily, and I think the other sign of pain is forgiveness. I don't know why I'm getting the word rejoice. It's like the pain you are experiencing right now, it's like you won't view it the same way that you do right now when you're on the other side of it. When you've come to forgiveness, you'll actually maybe appreciate that you went through it because it taught you so much about yourself, or it made you aware of certain things. Like, you'll change your perspective on how you view that pain or that betrayal or the hurt or whatever the case is. But whatever this healing is, this is what's going to bring you into your authentic truth, okay? And your biggest thing right now, the biggest takeaway that I have for you is getting into some flexibility and mobility stretches, okay? That is going to be your segue into really healing this stored trauma and pain in your body. Another thing I'm going to suggest to you, there's 2 books. One of them is The Secret Language of the Body. And another book that you could read is The Body Keeps a Score. These are both going to touch on stored pain, stored emotional pain and trauma that we have in the body that manifests as physical pain. So I want you to look into both of those. There's a little homework for you. And I hope that this reading helped you. And if it resonated, I would love to know about it. And I will see you guys later.